the takeover, man. We taking over right now. Let's go. This that late night we get lifted. Yeah. This that club night we up in there. Yeah. This that counting cash the whole year. Yeah. This that take this town with no fear. Take over now. We taking over this town right now. Not now. Taking over right now. Right now. We taking over not now, but right now. Right now. Taking over right now. Let's go.
Peace, y'all. Disrespectful TV, Platinum VVS, Chante Douglas, Dave Murray.
Baby Stacks, what's going on?
You heard it here first. Let's get right into it. Disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
Clap it up. Clap it up. All right. So, Dave, first off, thank you for having us in your beautiful establishment.
Thank you for inviting me and coming here today.
I've came here before. I've had the food here. It's absolutely amazing at Umale in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Absolutely amazing. The food's amazing. Just you as a person, since the first time I met you was just so genuine, you know, and you've always were A1 with me since day one.
Sure.
You know, and I respect that, and I love the fact that you gave us an opportunity to come into here, have this conversation with you, and really do a deep dive. So first and foremost, let the people know who you are, let them know where you started, give them something that they need.
Okay, so Dave Murray, most of you know me as Baby Stacks. Sling and I know each other from live casino, where you find me being a regular poker degen 4 or 5 nights a week. Can't help myself. I've been a business owner in the South Jersey area for the last 20 years. Expanded over a couple of years ago to Philly as well. I'm blessed. I have a great business partner, Walter. Giving you a shout out, Walter Goldsberry.
Shout out, Walter.
We have about a dozen businesses together, and we're still growing. We franchised out one of our concepts called Gould's Burgers. We also have Umale Trattoria here. We have another concept called Crumb. We're about to open up a 5-concept eatery in Medford, New Jersey. Kind of like a food hall, if you will.
Can we hold tight? You saying so many big things that we ain't clapping it up or celebrating.
Absolutely.
Hold on. That's too much. Let's go back one more time, brother, because we got to celebrate you. And that sound like it was just a whole bunch of stuff people don't even understand.
Well, you got to give the highlight reel, but to be honest, like Umale, it means humble. Like it's not about, you know, bragging about what we do. Like, we're really happy about what we do, but like you got the opportunity to meet some of our crew. Like, I'm able to be here right now. We do this on a Saturday afternoon with a full dining room, because of the fact that the people that we surround ourselves with are the ones that actually make everything possible. Because without them, we're nothing, and we know that.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, you said you got a different couple chains of restaurants.
Yes, sir.
So, can we just give them an individual time to get celebrated real quick? So, what's the next one called?
So, the next one's going to be called the how bad am I? It's in Medford. It's called the Feed Mill, where we're at. We're calling it the Feed Mill Eatery. It's going to be 5 concepts under one roof.
Okay.
So we're surrounded by a bunch of breweries. So because we're surrounded literally by 4 breweries inside a 2-block radius, we decided we're going to do 5 concepts that all pair well with beer.
Okay.
So we got a taqueria called Casablanca. Why is it called Casablanca? Because the house that we have converted into a food hall is white, so it's Casablanca. Then we have Mozzarella. Mozzarella means rolling pin in Italian. It's like super thin crust bar style pizza. Ooh. Something that like Dave Portnoy from Barstool would love this style pizza. So we imported a pizza oven like we did for Umale, the Moretti Forni oven. We imported it from Italy, and we're going to give people a really nice crunchy pizza with the same sourdough style crust that we do here. We have Crumb, which is our sandwich joint, sandwiches and salads.
What kind of sandwiches you guys carry?
Well, we do like a European style, but we're mostly known for our chicken cutlet sandwiches. So we do fresh baked focaccia bread that we bake in-house every day, and then the cutlets are kind of what popped us off. We started off with crumb, Walter and I. That was our first concept.
So you're freshly baking your bread
every day.
every day.
Oh yeah,
that's something y'all need to hear.
People come in and
Freshly
just buy the
baked.
bread. People are like, "Can we just buy the bread and make sandwiches?" I'm like, "We can do whatever you want. Like, we're happy to."
You don't know the sandwich start with the bread.
That's
Like,
right.
The bread's incredible. 9 out of 10 times you got a better sandwich.
Right, but we what's different for us is like we don't buy lunch meat. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I use boar's head, I use Dietz and Watson." We're like, "No, we don't do any of that. We don't make it. We don't sell it." So like our roast beef, our corned beef, our turkey, we're doing all of that in house.
Oh,
Wow.
So it's a little bit different than your average place. And again, we don't think we're better than everybody else. We're just trying to do business practices the way that we feel they should be done.
right. In a successful manner. I totally understand that.
Our Gould's Burgers and Crumb, actually all of our places, we cook in 100% olive oil. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, why don't you cook in like beef tallow?" Well, we don't cook in beef tallow because we do a lot of vegetarian food as well.
Okay.
And what people don't know is a lot of this beef tallow that's out there on the market is great, but there's additives in the beef tallow in order to keep it from foaming in like a fryer situation, for
That makes
example.
sense.
Right.
We don't want those chemicals in our food. So we can go straight what's called Palmas olive oil. It's the second press of the olive oil. It has a higher smoke point than the regular extra virgin olive oil. It would burn, so you can't use extra virgin olive oil in your fryer. But like, we're doing everything we can to be as clean as possible,
There you go.
highest quality ingredients as possible.
There you go.
And I truly do think people are noticing a difference, which is why we're able to be as successful as we are.
So you guys have individuality, and I see from the lemonade that you gave me. So what was the concept behind this lemonade that you have in your restaurant right now? What's the motivation behind it?
It's funny. I went out to Italy, and I joke around. I'm a diet Pepsi guy or Diet Coke guy.
Right.
You go to Italy, they look at you like you got 4 heads.
Right.
So they're like, "You want a limonada or you want aranciata?" And I'm just like, "All right, lemon or orange? Those are my soda options." I'm like, "All right, I want limonata." So they bring me this. I'm like, "This is fire." So I'm like,
Right.
"You know what? I'm going to carry this in my Italian place. It's authentic. It makes sense." So I'm like, "You know what? We opened this place up last year. It's been a year now." I'm like, "We're not going to have soda like regular soda." In our other stores, we have a brand. It's called Boylan. It's more of a local soda company made with natural cane sugar. So there's no Coke, Pepsi product, none of that. But they have their own individual flavor that mimics or matches everything. So there's literally a Dr. Boylan. It's like a Dr. Pepper. There's its own birch beer and root beer. Its own version of a lemon lime Sprite flavor. There's their own, you name it, they have it. A cherry, a grape, even the grape is phenomenal.
But the grape pie are great.
It's phenomenal. But my point is, for this restaurant, since it's Italian, I went with the Italian sodas, and people they're pleasantly surprised. I'm like, "Listen, if you don't like it, I'll refund you. You don't have to pay for it." And that hasn't happened yet. Everyone's like, "This is great." And we'll have people who will leave and be like, "Let me get 3 of those to go. Like, I want to take them home with me." So it's pretty cool.
So it's safe to say that traveling is inspiring you to come back to your city and your restaurants and create something a little different from the norm is basically what's going on.
Well, I feel like I become obsessed with whatever concept that I'm doing. My business partner does as well, but I always joke around and say I take one for the team. And what happens is they have a saying, it's like, "Good chefs borrow, great chefs steal." And I'm not saying I'm going to go to somebody's place and take exactly what they do, line for line, item for item. But you get inspired by somebody else. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to somebody and letting them know, "Hey, you inspired me to the point where I want to do something similar to what you're doing as a result." So with that being said, like, I'm the one that I become obsessed with when we're starting a new concept. I do that research. Like, literally, I'll give you an example, pizza. I ate pizza for probably 3 months straight, like every day. I brought my kids with me on pizza tours. My boy, Matt Scoof, I brought him with me on pizza tours. We hit up every pizza spot in the tri-state you could possibly think of. If it had a reputation, we were there. And then some like dive places, hole in the walls that people gave us through word of mouth, their opinion on it being great, we went there. And I was like taking notes on my phone. Had a little notebook and I was making notes and I was saying, "This is great, this is great, this is not great." Places that other people thought were great, I thought were crap. I would never say that out loud, but my point is, there's just a certain style I was looking for that I wanted to master. Then I was like, let me go to Italy and see what they're all about. And it was a learning experience. And then we kind of like developed our own style, and that's what we did here, and that's what we're going to do at the new spot.
Clap it up for my boy.
Absolutely.
That was
I had
great.
a question.
Yeah.
You know, you've been very successful for so many years. Who was the person that inspired you to want to open a restaurant?
So it's funny. I got in trouble a little bit at a young age, and I got a job as a result of it for a man I called Uncle Vito. He's no longer with us, but the Balsamo family in Marlton, New Jersey, they took me and they let me work at their place. I literally called the man my uncle. But I would
Shout out to that family.
Yeah, I would get done school. I would go and I would work at a young age at their place, little pizzeria, an Italian restaurant. And I remember I graduated high school. I was still working there, and then I went to culinary school. And he was like mad at me. Like he's this deep-rooted Italian guy, first generation from Carini, which is in Sicily. He says to me like, What do you want to go to culinary school for? I could teach you whatever you want to learn, but I just wanted to do my own thing.
Right.
But he then took it upon himself to like have, his version of culinary school. So
Right.
so literally he would show me stuff every single day. It was really cool, great family. They treat me like their own. And I was with them for a long time, actually, truth be told. But I knew at a young age I wanted to be him, and I wanted to do what he did. Like I wanted to be the boss. And you could see when he walked in, he wasn't feared, but you could just tell that the other people that worked there, they all kind of had
Intimidated.
their posture got up. They
Right.
made sure they were cleaning their station. You could just tell that was the boss. And I was like, I want to be a boss one day. Like I
Right.
saw it. And then as the years went on, I realized like, why have one when you can have 12, and why have 12 when you can have 30? So
Right.
Right.
that's kind of where we're at right now. We're
Right.
just trying to grow, but not grow too fast that it's out of control.
Right.
It's like there's a formula to this. So we're kind of trying really hard to stay humble and just not bite off more than we can chew.
Right. I mean, this is my first time meeting you, and I already feel such a great energy from
Oh, I
you.
appreciate
But do
it.
you also feel like being a restaurant owner is almost like, servicing the community in a bigger
Oh,
scale? I mean, it's not just for profit,
absolutely.
but just people, a sense of community.
So here's the thing. My business partner, I think we probably sponsor more Little League teams than anybody. We never say no to a gift card, raffle basket, or anything like that. You look at all the school plays, you open up the little playbills, our advertisements there. You look at the shirts for the runs that they do, our logos are on the shirts. Like we laugh because they're like, oh, we're gonna email you the tax form so you can get credit. We're like, we're so far over the donations for the year.
Yeah.
Don't even waste your time. We're not even gonna bother with that. We just did it because we want to do it.
Right.
It's a really, really, really important part of being a successful business owner is to
Right.
share the love.
Exactly.
Every year, like around the holidays, for example, we do Thanksgiving catering.
Right.
And on the hush hush, we do a couple posts like, if you want to nominate somebody that's had some hardship, let us know. We'll reach out to these people. We'll happily give them a
Right.
full family Thanksgiving meal. We do it every year for a couple
Right.
families on the arm. We don't say nothing.
Right.
We're not
Right.
one of these people, like I hate it when these people put it out there. Here's a picture of the family and they're trying to take
Right.
all this credit.
Right.
Why are you trying to put this family down? You know what I mean?
Humiliating.
Right.
Exactly.
Humiliating.
I'm like, we could do that under the radar
Right.
without everybody knowing about it. And
Right.
I feel better about myself doing it
Exactly.
that way.
I think
Right.
that's for the people that actually speak up about when you do something for them. It's not for you to tell what you did for the people.
Right.
It's for the actual person to say, one time that person helped me out and
Sure.
did this and that. And that's your reward right there. And even if you don't get that, it still was from the heart.
Yeah.
So you did it for a reason. So once
Correct.
you're done with it, you're done with
Yeah.
it. You
Right.
understand? So I totally honor that. That
No,
was great.
one of my favorite things to watch, and I understand there's like a couple barbers, they'll go into the city
Yeah.
and they'll find a homeless person. They set up literally a barber's chair
Yeah.
and they
Yep.
clean them up. And I'm like, that's a little bit different because what they're trying to do is inspire other people to do the same thing.
Right. I get. Yep,
And I
exactly.
love watching the transformation.
I love it too.
I love it. I'm like, it's feel good.
Because it's a beautiful person
Yeah.
to everybody. You just got to be able to get groomed the correct way, be
Right.
clean enough, and be able to
Right.
put something on that looks great.
Yeah.
It's great though.
But regarding the community, like you said, we try to be as involved as we possibly can be. And the good thing about the town of Haddonfield is they're always doing something to try to draw people in from the outside. Now, this town supports itself,
Yeah.
meaning that if you're in town, there's a pride of living in town, and they want to support the stores. But this town doesn't care. They still are smart enough to know that you want to draw people from the outside too.
Right.
So they always have events and festivals. So anytime they reach out to us for anything, our answer is always going to be yes. We're happy to help. Tell us what you need us to do. In a week or two, we have something called the Rally in the Alley. We're going to provide food for it. We do it every year.
Okay.
It's like whatever you need us to do, we are happy to do. Just let us know. We're never going to say no to you. If we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen.
Right.
That is
Right.
perfect. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I hope y'all hear that. Man.
Definitely.
Please reach out to the people y'all.
So, with how successful you are with all three of your restaurants, do you ever see yourself being like in stores? Like people can go and purchase your stuff and take it home and make it themselves. Do you see, or are you okay with where you're at right now?
So it's funny because my partner Walter and I, we're really big on quality control. So I'll give you an example. So Gould's Burgers, which is the one franchise that we have, that we're allowing people to basically buy a franchise, and then we give them the hands-on training, and we basically let them use our brand, our menu, with our guidance, and they get to open up their own store. Now, we help them get set up, and we have one that opened in Sicklerville. My brother, Michael, he's running it. He's killing it. He's doing a great job. We have a few other people that they're opening up in Marlton, Cinnaminson, Ardmore, PA, Glassboro. I mean, it's crazy how quick people have caught on and they want to do this. We've had people reach out. They're like, we want to be in North Carolina. We want to be in Cali. And I'm like, listen, we're not there yet. Like,
Right.
We want to focus on the tri-state and keep the scalability to the point where we're able to still manage and maintain everything. And, you know, there's a chain restaurant that I love. You either love them or hate them. I'm sure you know In-N-Out Burger. Sure.
Yes.
So I love, every time I'm on the West Coast, I get In-N-Out Burger. I'm in Vegas a lot, obviously, because I'm a gambling degenerate. So In-N-Out's near and dear to my heart. Horrible fries, but great burgers and
I
great
agree.
shakes.
Yes, I
Great
agree
fries,
with that.
horrible fries, but great burgers and great shakes. You just skip the fries.
Right.
Anyway, they will never come out to the East Coast, and they're interviewed. They're like, people are willing to buy franchises of your store. What? They're like quality control. We're able to do what we do successfully because we can monitor it. And like I learned from that. It's
Right.
like it's not about being greedy.
Sure.
Right.
They're good at what they do. They want to stick to what they do. And the crazy thing is the family that owns In-N-Out, they own every location.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So it's pretty crazy if you think about that.
Right.
So
Is it safe to say that you need a team that will definitely be on your side and understand your vision for this type of situation?
we're blessed, and I say that I truly mean it. I am far from religious. I'm more spiritual than religious, but we
Right.
truly are blessed when it comes to staffing. And I'll give you an example. Our turnover is ungodly low.
Right.
And we've never had to put an ad on like Indeed or Monster or anything like that. We have great people who work with us, not for us, but with us.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime we need someone, what we do is we say to our crew, hey, we're looking for a couple people. We're opening up another store. They say, I got you. I go, what do you mean you got us? They'll be here tomorrow. Next thing you know, these guys show up. They're like-minded individuals, and they're like, tell us what you need, when you need us to start. And I'm like, you don't want to like spend a day with us and make sure this is for you? They're like, I don't need to, because this guy who already works for you told me how great you guys are as employers. And so I used to work with them, and if they're telling me how great it is, I trust them just like you trust them when they say that you're great and I'm great.
Right.
It's like a perfect
That's
marriage.
a triangle marriage right there.
So literally, my brother opened up in Sicklerville. He's 4 weeks in so far. He's absolutely killing it. We staffed the entire store for him, but we reached out to our guys. They're like, we got people. Ironically, they're like, we got people who live in Sicklerville. It worked out great. So they came, they worked in our store, they learned the ropes, and then I went out there for a week and I like made sure everything was golden. I mean, it's like seamless. And I'm like, we're opening up in Marlton. They're like, we got people for you. It's like the community. It's like everyone knows one another in this area. So it's like, as long as we're not expanding too far, I feel like this is a great thing. I don't want to pay recruiters, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's how I feel about what we're doing. And I just feel like if we don't expand too far, we'll be able to have control over what we're doing. So I asked you that for a reason, because that goes back to what we're trying to do in our music. And that's kind of like the concept of what I feel like it will be successful if we just don't spread ourselves so thin.
Sure.
And I'm learning that through this interview right now, because it's a confirmation now from hearing what you're saying, that yes, we do need to have eyes and ears on everything and monitor everything and know what's going on. because like if it's too far, it's out of our hands, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep it in our hands.
But the amazing thing is, over time, little by little, your radius, it gets bigger and bigger.
Right, it spreads like a germ.
It spreads, but it spreads comfortably. And
Okay.
you're going to be like, holy smokes, I didn't even realize we reached what we reached, the heights that we reached. It's like you look back and you're like, how did this just happen? And that's kind of what happened to us. And I mean, we're grateful for everything. And we have people now, they hit us up all the time and they're like, hey, how would you like to be down the shore? And I'm kind of like, I don't really think the shore's for us.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask that, especially with how popular pizza is on the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, that this pizza, and I mean, I'm only one person, but I think this pizza can stand tall with anybody's. My personal opinion.
You've been talking about this pizza for weeks.
So
Yes.
I got when I say I got a friend, I got a lifelong friend, went to elementary school with him, been friends with him I'm 42. I've been friends with this kid for 30 years. Shout out Zach. You know who you are.
Shout out Zach.
Zach's been with Manco and Manco for 25 years, okay, now in Ocean City. They are obviously the king of pizza on the boardwalk in Ocean City. And I say to myself, unless you have a rep like that and you know what you're doing with maintaining or managing that short window of time from basically Memorial Day to Labor Day to make as much money as you could possibly make, it's risky because you're paying rent year round and you're not going to want to be open year round because where'd all the people go after Labor Day? It's gone. So you have to say to yourself, there's like a formula and an art to being able to figure that out.
Right.
You basically have no choice but to shut down for like literally September, October, November,
So
December,
you only
January.
really have like a 4 or 5 month window. 5 months if you're really pushing.
If you're really pushing
Yeah.
5 months, and then maybe a little catering here or there, it's scary. And you
Yeah.
know the rent's high as hell. So I say to myself, it's like, I love to gamble, as you know. I'm in the poker room and everything, but it's calculated risk. Something like that, I would need a mentor. I would need someone that's already done it and already knows
Highly
the
developed.
ropes.
Yeah, highly developed.
For me, it's like, let me go to a place where I know I could be open for at least 10 months out of the year and make it.
Right.
And it's funny because, you know, people come into this town and they say, you know, people in Haddonfield, they're well off. A lot of people have shore houses.
Right.
Everyone's like, man, aren't you scared during the summer when they're away? I'm like, our numbers are killer when they're
Right.
away.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's just how you manage and maintain your business.
Right.
It would take time to learn that. I don't need to learn it. I'm so
Right.
far past wanting to learn that. I'm good at what I do. I
You're
want to stick
perfecting what
to
you're
it.
doing.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, nothing's ever perfect,
Right.
but I feel confident in what we do. And my business partner and I, we say we're going to keep doing this until it stops being fun for us. We'll stop growing once it stops being fun.
Yeah.
We've never
another
been
thing.
in an argument or a fight, okay? Maybe a debate. We joke around and say maybe a heated debate here or there about something because we're passionate. But we joke around and say, well, the reason we don't get in an argument or fight is because the money's coming in and we're blessed.
Right.
What happens when the money stops coming and then we're going to get into our first fight? But it hasn't happened yet, and we joke about it because we say, man, we really are lucky. Because, you know, we built out all these stores, so a lot of them from the ground up with no bank.
Right.
So we're financing everything ourselves.
Right.
And we've had some hurdles like you wouldn't believe. I mean, this place you're sitting in was $150,000 over budget.
Right.
And we laughed about it. We didn't laugh about it, but we didn't cry about it.
Right.
We were like, we're going to get the money back. It is
Right.
what it is. On to the next one. It's
Right.
okay.
Right.
So you have to work an extra 3 months before you're in the black. Okay, so be it.
Right.
But that's kind of the mentality of, you know,
Trusting the process.
trusting the process. As a Sixers fan, I can
Yeah.
say that. I just keep trusting over and over again. What's going on?
Dave, I wanted to ask you another question.
Yeah.
You're so successful with all these restaurants. How do you balance all of that with the kids, your wife?
Okay, it's a really good question. So,
Great question.
first of all, I have a lot of help. I'm very lucky. My mother-in-law and my mother help out a boatload. My wife, she travels for her job and she works a lot in New York City, and then she travels outside of the country and she travels outside of the state for her job. I'm lucky both of my kids, who are 12 and 14, are very mature.
Mm-hmm.
They understand mommy and daddy gotta gotta pay the bill somehow.
Right.
We don't really tell our kids no for anything, meaning that they are spoiled rotten. So
Mine too.
Me too.
it helps because every now and then you give them that constant reminder and say, hey, you know, when we're in the store shopping and you want that $200 box of Pokemon, you don't want the little packet, but you want that box. You're like, the reason mommy and daddy do what they do is so that you can have those things.
Mm-hmm.
They don't question it. They're great kids. We have the help that we need, and we're blessed to have the help that we need. And without the support that we have, we couldn't both do what we do.
Right.
However, I have like one rule, and it's like, when I'm not doing what I'm doing, I'm like, when I'm a parent, like I'm in parent mode, I'm in parent mode.
Exactly.
So like we go out as much as we possibly can as a family. Mostly, you know, I try to be as involved as I possibly can be, and like you'll never see me really like the casino during the day. If I'm at the casino, it's because my kids are already asleep. It's nighttime.
Right.
They're already in bed, and then I'm just torturing myself the next day out half asleep. But you know, it's,
Right.
I'm getting there at 10 o'clock at night. That's
Yeah.
when I show up when they're already in bed. So it's
Right.
a little bit different.
Right.
That's the rush you get from doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I just
And
I'm
seeing
a
this
hustler.
guy, how does it feel? A question: how does it feel seeing him in his field in there?
So it's funny because as we've gotten closer, and
Yeah.
you know when you can tell somebody's full of shit.
Right.
Right.
When Sling is not slinging, he is Keith. And this is my point. He's himself right now.
Right.
This is weird.
Right.
I think his birth certificate should have actually said SlingRaw, because when I see him as Keith, and he has to go to the table and he has to like, if there's a problem, because you know he's not just a dealer, okay, he's actually a floor supervisor. When he goes to the
Right.
table and there's a problem, he's the end all be all that makes the decision. He
Right.
does the decision making.
Yeah.
It's funny because he has to be all proper and he's calling people sir and stuff. And I'm like, I've seen situations, like I've seen somebody put their hands on him. I'm like, not aggressively, but just you don't put your hands on somebody.
right.
Right.
And I've seen him get semi-ghetto. And I've literally been at the edge of my seat, like I can't wait to see where this escalates. And he's had someone go, I'm sorry, because they see the bulldog eyes, and they're like, oh, you know what?
They know that was the ball.
They're like, oh, I didn't realize that he's not Keith. He's
That's not
Slim.
really wrong.
But it's
Right.
funny because as you get to know somebody, it's funny. But
Right.
I would say that he's a very good actor when
Right.
he's being Mr. Prim and Proper.
Right.
But everybody loves him, and the coolest part about him is like I observe. I'm an observer by nature, so I'm sitting at the table. I see him come in for his shift. The amount of people that come up to him, give him the fist bump, give him the hug, give him the high five. It's like he's one of those people. There's a very, very few people in that room that have that effect.
Right.
But you get to see how he interacts with people, and it's like people go out of their way, like they're not in the hand anymore.
Right.
They're getting up. They might miss cards being dealt to them because it's more important that they go up and they acknowledge, they know that he's
Right.
there. That says something. That speaks volumes
Absolutely.
about somebody.
Clap it up for my brother.
Yeah.
Deserve your flowers.
There you go.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
had to do it, bro.
What in your right mind makes you think that it's okay for you to put your hands on me?
Right.
It did happen.
Right.
But nah, so to piggyback off what Chante said with
Yes.
the family thing, would you like or love to see your family get into this business, take over, be right beside you, right alongside cooking, you know what I'm saying, kind of taking the helm when you decide to retire and go to the poker room forever?
So absolutely. I'll put it to you like this. So this empire that my business partner Walter and I are growing, like we're not doing this for us. We're doing this for our next of kin,
There it is.
for our seed. And
Work.
my eldest is 14. He wants to have nothing to do with this business. He's going to do his own thing. I'm going to set him up. I already know what he wants to do, and he's going to be successful at whatever he does.
Right.
He's actually helped us here. He has a tremendous work ethic. He's a straight A student. Whatever he wants to do, he's going to excel at.
Right.
My younger one is literally, he's not a con artist, but the shit that comes out of this kid's mouth.
Right.
like, Dad, let's talk about the family business. Like, let me know when you're ready for me to take over. I'm like, you're 12 years old. Spencer, you're 12 years old, but he's a genius, and I already know he's a boss. And I'll give you an example. He'll come here and he'll observe. I'll be like, Dad, do you always during downtime, do you always let these guys on their phone? Like, isn't there something that they can be doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, Spencer, I'm like, they work hard all day long. If they have a little half an hour break and they're on their phone, he's like, Dad, it's been more than a half hour. I'm like, all right, calm down. Calm down, buddy. I'm like, do you like the pizza that they made you? And he's like, yeah, the pizza's great. I'm like, all right, then leave him alone. You want to go on the dance?
Business.
Right.
But my point is, he's very business savvy. He's got that acumen. He's gonna be great when the time comes. But you know, he'll give me menu ideas that he has, and I'm just like scratching the back of my head, like, what is going on here? You know.
So how do you please him with that?
Well, first of all, you never want to put your kid down when they have an idea.
Exactly.
You want to be like, that's a great idea. Like,
Right.
You know, Dad, over at the burger place, Goose Burger, she's like, Dad, you know, I think we need to broaden the menu. You know, I really like waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. Can we start doing, I know you like your straight cut fries. Can we start doing waffle fries? I said, I'll tell you what. We'll bring in the waffle fries for the kids. So we brought in waffle fries. Well, next thing you know, the adults are asking for waffle fries too.
Oh, wow.
So now all stores have waffle fries. And he's like, see, Dad, you're selling just as many waffle fries as you are straight cut fries. And I'm like, this kid, it's something simple like that. But every week, he's like, how many cases are you doing of the waffle fries? Now he asks me these questions. And it's funny because he's basically breaking balls is what he's doing.
He knows he's a part of your business,
Yeah.
and he knows how serious it is to you, and he's showing you that it's even that much more serious to him, and especially at that age.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing right there to have a child that sees your
Absolutely.
vision, understand what you're doing. Like I just told them, my daughter just said to me, Dad, I'm going to be like you. I'm never going to give up on my dreams. So when she said that, it hit me, bro. So I understand what a child can do for a parent, but especially an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's different. And the way you get your love and your kudos back from your child is the acknowledgement of what you're doing that they see.
Yeah.
And there it is. So yeah.
We have one store, it's 2 Logan Squares in the business district. Now it's also 2 blocks from the Franklin Institute. I'm like, it's the business district. We're not going to have a kids menu. I don't want grown-ups coming and ordering off the kids menu when they could, order a full-size burger. It doesn't make sense to get a smaller burger and have the fries come with it. It just doesn't make sense. And my son says to me, Dad, I think you should have a kids menu. I said, why? He says, well, think about on Saturdays when we would go to the Franklin Institute. Now the family's going to come here. It's just as important that you have something good for the kids to eat as it is for the grown-ups to eat. I'm like, okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And he's like, I think having a kids menu is a great idea because it's not just Monday to Friday. You're open Saturday too.
Right.
And all those families now, they're going to want to come here. It's a close walk. They don't even have to drive to you.
And the food
you're
options is
right
terrible
there. And
at
I'm laughing because this kid, he thinks like that. And I'm like, man.
And some people like me, I can't eat a lot of meat, so I like any sliders or something that I ever see around, I grab them because I know I can take that much, right? So some people might not want the ultimate burger size, or they might not be able to feel like they can clear it, so they might not want to order it because they can't clear it. But then when you got something a little dense, a little littler, that might make them say, you know what, I'm going to try this burger no matter what, and get that littler one. So, because I know for sure from experience, I cannot eat a lot at one time of meat.
I've never had that problem. Can you tell?
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't judge the book. I'll let God do that. But, I see you as somebody who's doing their thing right now and definitely has a great vision. And I thank you for even, bringing us to the table right now with him because, like I said, you seeing that vision and who needs to be next and what we need to be doing. And it seemed like we hit it on the
I had
nail.
another question because I'm such a food person, but
Go ahead.
what are some of your favorites off the menu here?
All right, so off the menu here, and this is going to sound so funny because I'm a simple guy, but first of all, I'll start off with appetizers. So our fried mozzarella. Now, it's not a mozzarella stick, but it's fresh mozzarella. We bread it in-house.
Okay.
We do a pepperonata sauce, which is like a marinara sauce with peppers and onions cooked down low and slow.
Nice.
And then we take our hot honey that we make in-house, not that store-bought Mike stuff.
Right.
But We drizzle that over the top. It's the best fried mozzarella, but it's sophisticated. You can eat it with a knife and a fork if you want to, or if nobody's looking, you just pick it up in your house.
There you go.
It's the best fried mozzarella I've ever had, and it'll never come off my menu as far as I'm concerned. I tell all my friends when they come in, I'm like, here, let me send this out to you. It's great. We have a play on an Italian hoagie called a rotolo. Now, a rotolo just means rolled in Italian. It's basically a cross between like a stromboli and a cinnamon bun, if you will. It looks like a cinnamon bun.
Okay.
So essentially, we take our dough, we roll the dough out, we put the ingredients in, and then we roll it up and we bake it. And then we call it an Italian hoagie rotolo because it's got the Italian meats on the inside. So it's got sopressata, capicola, or as they call it in the Italian world in South Jersey, gabagool.
Gabagool.
Provolone. And then once we roll, we bake it. We do like a salad with pepperoncini, shaved iceberg lettuce, and red wine Italian vinaigrette with a little bit of oregano. And we put that on top. It looks like art, but it literally, you eat this and you're like in heaven.
Yeah.
So those are my two go-tos here for an appetizer. The pizza, you can get whatever you want. The pepperoni is probably our most popular. We do the cup and char pepperoni, which is loaded with grease, which is flavor as far as I'm concerned. We put house-made stracciatella. Stracciatella is the creamy insides of the burrata that everyone loves burrata. That's the creamy inside, so it's really soft and absolutely delicious. And then again, that hot honey that we make, we drizzle that over the top. It sets us apart. That pepperoni pie is phenomenal. But our pilgrim pie, which is our play on a Thanksgiving dinner, that's what I want you guys to try today.
Okay.
Because we do a herb roasted turkey roasted in house. We do a fresh made stuffing. We do a gastrique to keep it Italian with cranberries, and it's a little sweet and a little sour. We drizzle that on plus the gravy. Then we do sweet potato. I call them sweet potato crispies. So we grate them in a box grater. We fry them. We just sprinkle them over the top, and it's like, I mean, it's literally, I can't explain how good it is.
Right.
And everyone goes nuts for this pie. A little bit of fontina because you need some form of a cheese on the pie.
Right.
But it's literally Thanksgiving dinner on a pie, and we do it for a whole month because people keep requesting this pie, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep it. It's the only pie.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it on. But the pasta that we do in house is fantastic. Right now we do a short cannelloni like manicotti. We make the pasta from scratch. A little lemon zest in the pasta roll. It's this pasta is phenomenal. Made with semolina flour and 00 flour imported from Italy.
Right.
Short ribs this time of year, you know, as the weather gets cooler outside. It's a very hearty dish.
Right.
Little fried crispy onion on top, and the horseradish sauce is great. The sweet potato gnocchi, we're rolling every day, 6 days a week. Again, like what we do here, we do a little bit different than everybody else, but like the open kitchen, it helps because people get to see all that we do. They're like, oh, we're really cooking here. Yeah, we're really cooking here. We're not half-assing.
Yeah. It's a quick question. Right? I'm gonna let my sister go. I can't eat pork, right?
Sure.
What other things would you put on top of the pizza that you guys got? Like, as far as like chicken, or like, do you have any other things that you're putting on top of the pizza as far as the toppings?
So the sky's the limit. So for you don't eat pork. You don't have our sausage or pepperoni, but everything else, the sky's the limit.
Okay.
So literally, we got a short rib pie that'll knock your socks off. That pilgrim pie with turkey.
I'm going to try that turkey.
The pilgrim pie. The pilgrim pie. And the cool thing about the short rib pie is we do a smoked mozzarella, squarmozza cheese, smoked mozzarella. So it's got like this real pungent flavor to it. And you're like, whoa, it's fire.
That's it, brother.
So we'll fix you up one of those as well.
Perfect. Thank you, brother.
So we're mindful of that. When we make meatballs, you know, everyone's like, oh, you got to do veal, beef, and pork and mix it together.
That's how my mom made it,
We do 100% prime beef, and we call them prime beef meatballs. And we do that being mindful that not everybody eats pork.
So there you go, for all
Yes, so my
the
other
people who
question
don't
was,
eat pork,
since you make
you still
everything
can come
in-house,
here.
Absolutely.
the
Get your butt
process,
down here.
does that take longer for preparation because everything's in-house? Because, you know, like if you go to a chain restaurant, they already got stuff pre-made and pop it in the microwave and all that stuff. So
irony, we have 12 businesses, my partner and I, we have 0 microwaves. I'll have someone come in and we'll say, we have a baby with us. We put this bottle in the microwave for 20 seconds, and we're like, I'm so sorry. We'll get a pot of water and we'll put it in the water. We don't. They think we're lying to
water,
them. We
yeah.
don't have a microwave.
Right. Yeah.
And they look at us like, why not? And I'm like, cancer kills. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And that's an easier way to be lazy
Yeah.
with the food.
we try to stay true with our beliefs. If you look at the bags that we use, the containers for takeout, like they're biodegradable, compostable. Like there's a lot of us doing in our business practices what we believe. Now, we don't go out of our way to tell everybody. It gets annoying when someone's constantly, take a look at the menu. It's printed on 99% recyclable paper. You don't hear me saying that. This isn't Cali. My point is, we do it because we believe in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying, the labor's high, especially at this store, but we don't care.
Yeah.
We're passionate about what we do, and we feel like we're not gonna do it unless we're doing it right.
Right.
Like out of all of our pastas, there's one pasta that's not made in house; it's imported from Italy. Now we were making the pacchetti in house. It coming out of the extruder, it was getting flat. Pacchetti is a little bit thicker than rigatoni, so it's a thick pasta. It's supposed to be with Wild Feather vodka. Wild Feather's a distillery across the street. Shout out to Tommy. Great friends of ours. The pasta coming out of our extruder, we bought two separate dyes. We could not get the pacchetti to stay cylindrical. So it looked cylindrical when it came out, but then when you bought it, it got flat.
Oh, wow.
So sure enough, a friend of mine in the industry said, I have this pasta from Italy. It's expensive as all hell, but it's going to hold its shape. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm defeated. It's the one time I'm defeated, but if you can't beat them, join them. So it's the one pasta. So we're buying this one pasta, and we let people know we're like, we no longer make the pacchetti in house, but everything else. These pictures on the wall. That's actually, these are our pictures. These aren't stock photos or anything.
Nice.
So,
nice.
But so it's a labor of love, we say.
Right. Oh, there's another question. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sis.
With the decor, who's in charge of like how you want the aesthetics to look for your restaurant?
So it's pretty funny. This room was like an afterthought. I literally threw this together in a night. We never originally planned on using this room right away. We opened up. We were so busy. We had the open table, for reservations. We were so overbooked. I called my friend up. We had extra flooring. He literally laid this floor, painted these walls, and like, I think the walls were still wet. And my wife came, and before we had this table built, she had bought, and it was not even this thing called Big Lots. She got two or three tables. She brought a car. We put them together like 15 minutes before like we were starting dinner service. And the servers were all worried. They're like, how are we going to do this? And next thing you know, like this room was just thrown together. And so it's funny because like these picture frames, when you look at the frame, they're literally frames that like I had just had, and the pictures like I printed from the UPS store. It was like a last minute, and I never changed it. It was an afterthought. Yeah. Like literally, I printed pictures from my phone right to the UPS store. I was like, here, print this, and like I had this in my from one of my other restaurants. Like I had it in my that Bourdain picture. I had that in my storage unit. So I was like, we're gonna throw this together real quick and just make it happen. Just because we needed to, and then like we were like, all right, well, we're gonna just roll with it for now. So we did, and then a local woodworker in town, Chris Campagno, he has a company called Windsor Woodshop. He built our tables outside. He built this for us, custom for this room.
Nice.
So we can seat 16 people here comfortably. This is called a king's table. The unique thing about a king's table is, you know how annoying it gets if like we're husband and wife, we go out to eat. You're sitting here, I'm sitting here. Well, the cool thing about a king's table is you actually see two people at the head. Right. So we can actually sit next to each other. Nice. So you actually get 12.
That's
nice.
I like that.
Yeah, you get 6 and 6 and then 2 and 2. So you actually get a total of 16. Right. Which is nice and it's unique. So it's a little bit wider than your average table, which I like. So this was my business partner Walter. It was his idea to do the king's table, and people seem to really like it. So it's nice.
So what's your burger business, right?
Yes.
You guys got smash burgers?
So it's funny you ask that. So we don't necessarily, now someone asks us, will you do a smash? Of course we'll do a smash.
Okay.
But a true smash burger, you need the meat to be rolled up into a ball.
Right.
And then you actually take a press and you press down. So it is, flat like paper. And then you have literally what looks like a spackle knife. It's a scraper. that you pick it up with, and there's no temp on it. It is thin as possible, and you're getting these caramelized bits. So we had a special where we did the smash burger, but we do, I call it like an In-N-Out style double patty, which is two 3.5 ounce patties, or steakhouse style 7 ounce. So 7 ounce, we're asking you how you like your burger cooked. So it's, if you go to a steakhouse and you got a burger, you want it, medium rare, medium well, whatever you want, we'll cook it that way. And then if you want just a regular, double patty, we'll do the double patty for you. So I personally like the steakhouse style because I feel like it differentiates us from the chain restaurants because they're not taking your temperature. They're just saying to you, okay, you want double cheese and fries. Okay, cool.
Right.
So it's a little bit nicer.
And do y'all have like onion rings or anything?
Homemade onion rings. Everything that goes in our fryer is gluten free. So because it's gluten free, we use rice flour instead of like all-purpose flour. So everybody can have it. And they're really, really good.
Is there a special drink there like that you guys got?
So it's funny. We have everything with the blue soda line I told you about. Carry Spindrift, which is a sparkling seltzer line. Different flavors like grapefruit, and then there's lemon, and there's lime. And then we now carry like a kombucha drink from a local company. It's a tea called Tatsu Tea, and that's really popular in this area, and people seem to like it a lot. So for the health conscious, it's great.
At any of your restaurants, do you have coffee?
So at Crumb, which is our sandwich and salad joint, we have coffee. And then obviously here we do coffee espresso and cappuccino. Even though, fun fact for you, cappuccino, right? You go to Italy, you order cappuccino at 11 o'clock, they look at you like stupid American. It's a breakfast drink. So I'm like, listen, if I want cappuccino at 3 in the afternoon, I'm having cappuccino at 3.
Right.
So it's funny. I learned a lot. I look forward to going back to Italy, but I went for a week last year, and I was overwhelmed with the cultural differences. Everything's so clean. It's so weird. I mean, I was in Germany, everything was clean there too, but in Italy, it's nuts because the graffiti is gone the next day. It's the weirdest thing. They take so much pride in
keeping it a certain
way. It's insane.
Wow. So much history and
culture. Well, I was just ready to say, they don't knock too much. Like here in the States, it's like, oh, that's 200 years old. Let's knock it down and let's put up a high rise. There, it's a little different.
They value their antiques.
Absolutely.
Listen.
And I think that's why maybe my mom and dad, like, they held on to everything because, like my mom, they call them hoarders, call them whatever. My mom and dad never threw away anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cleaned out the garage, and we're finding, Christmas decorations from 1970, and that's not a lie either. But no, I could definitely respect that. But you're so successful, and I always love asking successful people this: if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
It's a really good question. I would probably be in organized crime.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, let them know. I can't be good. I'm gonna be bad.
That was a joke. I could be the boss of the team already. No, in all seriousness, I'm a natural born hustler. So I feel like you're only successful. This is the God's honest truth. You're only successful if you find happiness in what you do.
Sure.
I have friends who, when I tell you, are multi-millionaires. They fly private. When they fly private, they're not chartering a plane. They have a plane and a pilot. They're some of the most miserable people that I know. No disrespect, guys. You know who you are. But my point is, if you're not happy in life and what you do, then you're doing something wrong. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So to answer that truthfully, what would I do? Like what brings me joy? Probably the poker.
Okay.
And I am what you call, if you don't know all that much about poker, there's different types of poker players. So right now, I am classified as an action player. An action player is the type of player that most of the pros like to play with because I can have any two cards at any time, and I will call their raises, or I will make a raise with any two cards. Half the time, I'm full of shit.
Love it.
Full of shit. I mean, bluff everyone. But my point is, I can afford to play the way that I do because of the fact that I've, got my little acorn's nest. I've saved up. When I used to play professionally, way back. I literally lived at Borgata for almost a year. They had a deal going back in the day. If you played for 8 hours in a day,
Right.
you got a room for free.
Right.
I got laid off. I was a chef at Borgata. I got laid off back in like 08. And I was like, all right, I'm going to play poker here. Now I'm allowed to play poker here because even though I have a casino ID, I'm not an employee anymore.
Sure.
I played. I stayed. I played. I stayed. I played. My wife and I, we had a house in Brigantine. I was staying at Borgata. So I had a room every day.
So you from down there?
So, I mean, yeah, from Alcohol, we had a place in Brigantine. I was staying in Atlantic City. And I played extremely different back then. I was tight, known as like a nit. Nit means that you didn't play a lot of hands. You only played the premium hand. So usually when you were in a hand, it meant you had it. You had the goods. I don't play that way anymore because it would make me miserable to play that way. So I am content with losing money to play as long as I have a good time. But he knows there's times when, I built my pyramids of chips and I call them ruffles. I'm like, I'm hungry. I want my chips. I want my ruffles. People are like, I don't know how you do what you do. And I'm like, well, because I'm having fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I can call with any two cards. And the pros hate me sometimes because of the fact that they want to play with me until they lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, don't get mad at me because I beat you in a hand with crap.
Right.
But I put the money in. I deserve to win the hand. That's how I feel.
I realize when people are doing the same thing you're doing, they have a natural hate for your success. I'm sorry to say that. People know who you are. But what I'm saying is people have a natural hate for your success. And that's something I never could understand, because I would always champion people when they were successful. Yo, man, you did that, bro. And that's just in me. But to see people get angry for what you do good, that is like a very bad trait. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, you can see it. You got to stay away from that type of energy. You know what I mean? But
I'm happy when I win. I'm happy when I lose, as long as I have a good time. And when I lose money to one of my friends, I always have the same line. I say, I'm happy it was to you. I'm happy I lost money to you.
Right.
Now, there's obviously some people that I don't like losing money to, but that's because I'm not saying they're bad people, but they're not my cup of tea.
Right.
But I do love beating them. I'll tell you.
Right. So in order to beat them, you got to sometimes lose also to them.
Well, I'll say to somebody, I've said this before. I've said, if it was anybody else, I would have folded and let you have the hand. But I want to beat you so bad right now. I call.
He's calling for the one-outer.
And I win the hand. No, all 5 cards would already be dealt on top.
Okay.
And they were bluffing, and they should have gotten the bluff through. But for some reason, my pocket deuces, and they have ace-king, and there's no ace or king on the board, and my deuces are good. And there's literally 5 overcards on the board, and I win with my deuces. And they're like, you just called me with a pair of ducks in your hand? And I'm like, yes, I did. Anybody else, I fold. And I'm literally content with them, winning if I lose. But it feels better. You agree?
Sure.
It feels better winning with crap than it does winning with
of course.
Absolutely.
Of
There's
course.
just something
You call
about it.
somebody bluff and you beat them. Ain't nothing like that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my honest answer. In fact, my long-term goal is to just set myself up so that all the businesses are on what we call autopilot.
Sure.
And then once everything's on autopilot, I can just play all day.
I got a personal question for you. Did you ever win big and then just go blow some money on something? Like, what did you get? What's like the biggest thing that you went and bought after you
2 years ago, I go out to Vegas. I gotta relive this shit. I brought $50,000 with me to Vegas. So I brought $50K, I got it in my Gucci bag. And 36 hours later, I had like $158K in that bag. So I was up over 150. I was up 100K. Plus over 100K.
Right.
I had one session, and I always joke around, I had Queen 10 of Hearts playing 100, no limit at the Bellagio. I flopped the flush. So you flop the flush, that means there's three hearts on the board. One of which was the King of Hearts, which means that the only thing that would beat me would be a flush with the Ace of Hearts. So this gentleman and I, we're going back and forth, and I jam all in off the flop, and he makes the call. He flips over. He has a pair with the ace of hearts. So he needs one more heart to come, and he would basically have the stone cold nut. So I'm sitting here. My hand is donezo. I cannot win against him unless I needed the jack of hearts and the nine of hearts. Jack of hearts and nine of hearts come, I have a straight flush. Sure. Only way I could improve my hand is runner. The chances of me getting runner are no good. Yeah. So once the turn comes and it's not a heart, I'm donezo and I'm waiting. So the pot was $64,000. Oh. River card comes and it's not a heart. So I win the hand. This is a Chinese guy, and I'm going to just play it out to you. We're playing 7-handed, so we're one person short. We're in the upstairs room. He's eating a bowl of lo mein.
Right.
He has a lot more money in front of him than I do. I bought it for $30,000.
Right.
Pot was $64,000. He misses the flush draw. I flip over the flush ahead of time. He flips over. So he misses. The dealer takes the chips, slides them over to me. My heart is pounding because I'm on adrenaline right now. Right. And he looks over and he says, "Nice hand." And he just goes back to eating his lo mein.
Wow.
Like unfazed. And I'm saying to myself, if that heart comes out and he wins the hand, I would have been devastated. I would have been devastated. Because it would have been a $64,000 swing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm watching this guy like it was and then you see these other people play and you're like, I don't think I'm big time, but I'm not rich, I'm wealthy. You see some of these people and what they have in front of them. I mean, on that table at that time, we were 7-handed, and I would say there was probably $350,000 plus on the table. Like it was no big deal.
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, some of these games in Vegas, there's, $10 million on the table.
Wow.
Some of these private games. So it's pretty crazy.
Right.
But so I'm walking at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking up and down the strip like no big deal with a black Gucci bag. And I'm talking to my boy on the phone, and I'm like, yo, man, I fucking can't miss. I'm like, I won here, I won there. I'm headed over to Paris, the World Series of Poker was going on. So there's tons of action, what's called the King's Lounge. I'm going to go to the King's Lounge and play a little bit more. I'll buy in for $10K. I'm going to get real nitty. I'm going to, I don't want to give my money away, but I became friends with former world champion Jamie Gold, and he was messaging me to come to the King's Lounge. So we're going to the King's Lounge. I'm going to play with him. And my boy's like, yo, who are you with? I'm like, nobody. He's like, dude, you are fucking nuts. He's like, you're going to get robbed. I'm like, I'm not going to get robbed. The strip, it's all lit up. Everything's good. I'm going to be fine. But, so that was the most I've ever had with me at one time. It was like $158K.
Did you blow any of that money or something? Did you go get some?
So over the 2 weeks that I got back from Vegas, I went on a reverse heater, which is a cooler. And I was chasing everything. I would have like ace 10 of diamonds. There'd be two diamonds on the flop, and I would call somebody's all in, and I would miss, and I would lose, and I would go again and again and again. I probably lost 35, 40K in November, December. I lost like 40K. So that sucked that year, but I still finished up. I was up for that year. I was up a good amount, 150K for the year. And then this year, I came back from Vegas, middle of June. I went to Germany. I came back from Germany. I was down 48K for the year. And I haven't had a losing season. I haven't had a losing year. Down 48K for the year. And then I turned it up. And as of last week, I made the comment like an asshole. I said, oh shit, I'm back to even on the year. So I was happy because I don't want to have a losing year. And I lost my last 2 sessions. So I'm back down on the year. But there's still time. So
there's still time.
But I had some bullshit happen. Ram, frickin', you know who you are, Ram. A boy had ace king, flopped the king, got it all in. My boy had a flush draw. He had ace 10. He went all in with a flush draw, and he hit runner 7-9 to make the 10. Gave him the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight. So he wasn't even thinking straight, but he ain't runner. This guy's a pro. He's also a good friend. So like I say, when I think with friends, I say, I'm happy it was to you.
Right.
Because if it was to some of these other people, I would have been real mad.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So, you know, you got the business at the highest level. You're playing poker at the highest level.
Oh, not yet. That's coming soon in the highest level.
Close enough.
I'll be a hustler in Cali soon enough. That's
Close enough.
Okay.
What do you do away from the family? What do you do to relax? Like how does Dave sit back and say, you know what? Do you go to the beach? Do you take walks on the beach? Do you read? Do you write? Do you write books? That kind of follows up to my next question. Could you ever see yourself writing a book about your success? Maybe somebody can read that and say, wow, I'd like to take that journey that he
Sure. So I consult for small businesses.
Okay.
Now mostly on the down low. I don't put people's business out there, but a lot of people are always reaching out to me. I used to be a business consultant for restaurants, and now it's not about the money. It's about trying to help people any which way I can.
Sure.
So I do that, but I try not to go to sleep until I'm ready to drop. So I don't waste time. Literally, like, I'll get out of the shower, I'll put on my clothes, and when I hit the bed, I am asleep. Like, that's how I roll. I try to utilize every minute of every day to the point where I don't want to waste time tossing and turning. Like that. What good is that?
Right.
So poker consumes me. It really does. It's an addiction. You always joke around and say it's only a gambling problem if you're a loser.
Sure.
If you think about it, you don't have a gambling problem if you're a winner. If you're a successful poker player.
Right.
But it's still an addiction either way.
Right.
Same thing with being a restaurateur. It's like, do I need to have 12 places? No, I don't. I could have been fine with 3 places, but, you know, these opportunities present themselves, and we're like, well, hold on a minute. You're never going to make as much money out of 12 as you are out of 3. Now, obviously you're going to make more out of 12 than 3, but I mean, on average per store, the median, meaning, you know, some of these stores you make stupid money out of, but the more that you have to say to yourself, you have to realize you're going to pull less money out of the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th because you're not putting as much time in those stores. But the key is to find the right people to run those stores so that you're able to open them without really being there, keep being absentee, and that's what we've been able to do. So if I'm missing out on a 50, 100 grand here or there, so be it. As long as the money's coming in, none of the stores are losing money, we're golden. And it's funny because whatever store my business partner Walter and I end up going to and spending more time at, it seems like you just watch the numbers go up and you're like, holy smokes. Like, it's a matter, like, if we can clone ourselves, it's like, forget it. You know, we're unstoppable. But like tonight, do I need to make 100 gluten-free cheesesteaks at 10 o'clock and go to somebody's wedding tonight? No, we're going to Chess Cafe at 10 o'clock. I'm dropping off 100 gluten-free cheesesteaks. When the wedding's over, as people leave the wedding venue, we're handing out cheesesteaks to everybody because we're their favorite cheesesteak place. That's what they wanted. So I'm not going to tell them no. Now, I could think of a million other things that I would rather do than hand out 100 cheesesteaks tonight. It's not about the money anymore, but it's about the ego a little bit. Knowing that these people said, this is my husband's favorite, and I want to surprise him, and I want to be able to have everyone at the wedding experience your cheesesteak. I'm like, yeah, trust me, we're there. We're handing out gluten-free cheesesteaks because they want to, it's a gluten-free wedding.
Wow, that's huge.
We're doing it for you, no problem.
When you get requested, it feels better. You know, when you get requested like that in that manner.
Well, here's the crazy thing. At Rivers Casino tonight, no shout out to Rivers, that's not what I'm doing. Except for my boy Dave Grubb. They have Talking Sopranos, which I would have loved and seen tonight. It's 8 o'clock. And I had to decide, do I want to go see Talking Sopranos with my girl, or do I want to give up cheesesteaks at somebody's wedding that I don't know? And I was like, you got to weigh it out and say to yourself, you know what? This is more important than my personal satisfaction tonight. So I'm giving out cheesesteaks tonight. That's what we're
There it
doing.
is. Clap it up for my boy. Cheesesteaks tonight. Oh man.
You know what I would have loved to see? Like I know, like like Gordon Ramsay, right? He goes around to the kitchen nightmares and everything. But I think he should actually do like a show where he actually comes and experiences like really good food. Like how do you think, your personal opinion? How do you think Gordon Ramsay would take to your food?
So here's the thing about Gordon Ramsay. Now, first of all, when he worked on Marco Pier, like he was taught pasta production from the ground up. He's well versed. Everyone thinks, oh, this European chef, he doesn't know pasta. He knows pasta. I mean, he teaches pasta masterclass.
Oh wow!
And there's videos of him ravioli in Marco Piero's kitchen. He would see what we do here, like with the pasta and everything, and he would be like, I like that, I like that. The funny thing is, off camera, he's a very humble guy.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Off camera, now, when I met him at Borgata in 2008, they did the finale of, what was that show called? Hell's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
He was the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
And when the cameras aren't on him, he's not a dick at all.
Right.
Not a dick at all. It's just funny.
TV
how-
personality.
TV
He knows what people
personality.
want.
The TV
That's what, and that's the
version.
thing. Like that's the thing. People want to watch that, right? Like if he
Yeah.
just sat there and all day long, he's just patting everybody on the back.
Right. And then when we watch
No one's
Kitchen
gonna
Nightmares
watch-
either,
Right.
people
But
being nice about
It's
it.
funny because I use Ellen DeGeneres as an example. So he's the reverse Ellen.
I've heard about that.
Because Ellen's got this, she's this friendly person on
Person.
camera, and it turns out they call her a freaking monster.
I see, I didn't know that.
And then
Mhm.
you look at Gordon Ramsay, and he's like this asshole on camera. I love him, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
him.
all his
Yeah.
stuff.
He's a sweetheart off camera, so it's funny how it works. But I think when somebody sees somebody else's ingredients and they see like that we're doing things the right way, he opens up our fridge and he sees everything's labeled, it's dated.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Right.
Chicken's on the
He'll love
bottom,
that.
and pork's on the
And that's
bottom,
always-
and shellfish has got the tags.
Right.
Everything's done the way the Board of Health wants it to be.
Right.
He'd be like, okay, these guys obviously care about what
Sure.
they do.
Right.
And then aside from that, he's like, okay, they're bringing in flour from Italy. They got equipment from Italy. They're doing things the right way.
Sure.
They're making pasta on a wooden board. They're not making pasta on stainless steel. He'd look at it and be like, okay, these guys obviously care.
Right.
There's not much. Like, I used to consult for people, and there would be the back kitchen, and then they had a outside dining patio, and the owner would pull up his truck and be like, get some trash bags and let's cover up the ingredients that we're bringing in because we don't want the customers to see the shit that we're bringing in. And I'm like, if I ever own a place where I have to hide what I'm bringing in to the customers, I'm not going to buy those ingredients because obviously something's not right.
Right.
I want to walk in through the front door, let everyone see. Like I got that label on my meat. It says USDA Prime. I'm walking around. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Make sure that label's pointed forward. I'm like, yeah, you see that?
Right.
I'm like, this is going to be your burger in about 45 minutes. Once I break it down, and we run it through the meat grinder.
Right.
Like that's what it's about. It's like you should be proud of what
Absolutely.
you're serving.
Exactly.
So I understand that we go to the store called Restaurant Depot for odds and ends in Pensacola, New Jersey, and almost all restaurant owners go there for something.
Sure.
But I see these asshole owners and their carts, they're called U-boats, or these big carts on wheels. They're loaded up and you look, they got the meat, it's got the 50% off label on it. Now, you don't know why it's 50% off. Is it old? The seal's broken on it?
Ugh.
It's just 50%.
I don't buy meat. I have a company that delivers me meat. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't understand it. Like, you look at some of the things they buy, and it's just like mayonnaise. You know how easy it is to make mayonnaise? We make our mayonnaise with olive oil.
Right.
The first ingredient in Hellman's, everyone's like, yeah, I use Hellman's. Soybean oil is the first ingredient in Hellman's mayonnaise. Soybean oil is seed oil. It's the worst thing for you. Like, come on. Like, how hard is it to make mayonnaise?
Right.
I don't understand it. But again,
Everything that glitters ain't gold,
do
basically.
you know what
Ooh,
I'm
say
saying?
that.
Right.
I like that. I'm stealing that today.
There you go. There you
Everything
go.
for this ankle.
Yeah. There you
Write that
go.
down.
So anyway, listen, I really appreciate you all coming out here today. You get to boost my ego a little bit.
And that's what it's all about. Like we wanted to really put you, a spotlight on you because, all your restaurants are, and I've eaten at all three of them, and they're phenomenal. And I can't say anything but great about them,
Thank you.
And You know, for real, like anybody out there who's really looking just for a night out, and you're really looking to like just sit down and have a really good meal, like this is the place. And like, bro, yeah, definitely, absolutely. But yeah, it's welcoming, you know. And I was here last year. It was like when it first opened. It was only 2-3 weeks open. I was in here, and it was right on the money. Like everything was right on the money. The staff was right there. Like I didn't wait for nothing. Like as fast as my water got a little low, they were right there to fill back. Like it was good. You could tell they were definitely they cared. You know, and what you just said about like how you put labels and everything.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to tell me that because I just by tasting the food, I could taste the freshness. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And definitely, like, congratulations for everything you're doing, man. And like, I root for good people to win. I root so hard for you, bro. I just hope you just keep winning.
Listen, I hope you have me back for the 300th episode.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to all three of you as well.
Thank you.
So once again, Dave, the floor is yours. Tell them where they can find you. Any type of Instagram. Get everything. You want to put the recipe? Don't put the recipes out there. Don't put the recipes out there. But if you want to put any specials out there, let everybody know where they can find you, address, everything.
Table 28 Live Casino. You can talk to me. That's what it's about. Come on out. Empty that bank account. I'll see you when I see you.
I'm done.
Done. Make sure you wear a hoodie. This table 28 is right underneath the bed. So you're going to be chilly.
It is cold over there.
You like that?
We out.
This will feel good, man. You know, we hit big up here. Let's get it. Out making money, now I'm counting it up. Yeah, I'm counting it up. They ain't really believe, now they counting on us. Yeah, they counting on us. Out getting to it, just counting it up. Just counting it up. When they in need, they be counting on us. They be counting on us. They counting on me to be what I gotta be. They proud of me. I relive the shit that I done seen. Quality, authentic nature, dying breed. The last ones left from the west to the east.